Hey guys, welcome back. Today's look is a bold eye inspired look. The focus is our eyes in this video, and it's just a little bit longer so I can show you a little more in depth. But first I start by using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Caramel, and I'm actually using a shade that is lighter than my natural eyebrow color. And this is because my eyebrows are tattooed and I do have naturally black eyebrows, but as you can see, my hair is lighter. So this is going to help lighten my brows. As you can see, it's already lightened it dramatically. And it does create a natural look, so it does look like I dyed my eyebrows. This is a good trick if you do have like tattooed eyebrows, or if you don't want to dye your eyebrows, you can just apply a cream brow gel all over your brows to lighten them up a bit. Next, I'm going in with the Pro Pencil by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is just to sharpen out my brows a bit. It's just going to make them look a lot cleaner and the shape a lot crispier. All you do is just trace right under your brows and blend it out with your finger. As always, I'm using my Paint Pot by MAC in the shade Soft Ochre to prime my eyes. This just gives me a clean canvas to work with, takes any colors out of my lid. I'm going in with Soft Brown by MAC, and this is going to be my transition shade. I started going in with a brush that is just meant to pack on the color, so I'm not really blending it, I'm kind of just packing it in my crease, and then I'm going to take a clean blending brush and blend that color out really well. The trick is to keep blending. Before you add more color, just make sure everything you applied is seamlessly blended, and then add more color. Now I'm using a charcoal color from the Lorac palette, and this is just going to be focused on the outer corner of my eye, and I am going to be swiping it in towards the inner tear duct area. So anytime I apply color fresh from the palette, it's going to be on the outer part of my eye, and whatever is left over is going to be blended in towards the inner area. The main key is to make sure you have a focus point when you are applying eyeshadow, whether it's in your crease, whether it's in the outer part of your eye, on your lid. Just make sure you have the darkest area as your focus point. That's where the color will start, and you'll blend it out from there. If you start in your crease, make sure the bulk of the color is in your crease, and whatever's left over is used to blend up towards your eyebrow. Now I'm just going to be mixing these two shades on a flat synthetic brush, and just patting that all over my lid. Now I'm just taking this deep purple color, and I'm just going to kind of put that in between the lid color and the outer corner color, just to kind of make it look a little more transitioned. And now I'm just blending that all together so that there's no harsh lines. I want the color to fade into each other, so that's why I'm using this dark purple. Now I'm just taking a clean brush and making sure all the edges are well blended. You don't want any harsh lines. And of course, highlighting my inner tear duct area. This is just going to brighten up your eyes a lot. Now I'm going in with a gel eyeliner by Maybelline and an angled brush, and just creating a wing. My wing is like all over the place. I don't really have a rhyme or a rhythm to it. You're going to see me switching the brush angles back and forth and swiping back and forth. I mean, I just kind of, whatever works for you is what you do. This is just easier for me. Now I'm just going to be priming my T-zone with a foundation primer by Laura Mercier. And my T-zone seems to get the oiliest, so that's why I'm using a matte foundation primer in that area. And while that sets, I'm going to be applying my lashes. These are Cocoa lashes, of course, upside down, in the style Goddess. And that's about how much glue I put on. I did want you to see the trick to putting eyelashes. I will do another video on this, but just wait about 30 seconds before applying them. Let them get tacky so they're not moving all over your eyelid and creating a big mess. I don't like using tweezers. I like using my fingers, kind of just applying them where they need to go, and then I use tweezers to make sure that they're as close to the lash line as possible and in place. Now I'm using a new foundation. It's a concentrated drop foundation by Cover FX, and you're able to mix it with any product of your own, a moisturizer, a primer. So these are really good. It takes about 4 drops. I think this is my shade. They didn't really have a name on it, so I'm taking a sunscreen daily, everyday kind of moisturizer on the back of my hands, and I'm going to be applying about 4 drops of that concentrated foundation. And this is really cool because you can shear it out as much as you want or make it as concentrated and as full coverage as you want as well, just by adding more drops. I will do a video on this because I think this is a really cool product. And I'm just mixing it together. And I'm just going to apply that all over my face. Now the awesome thing I think about this is if you have a moisturizer that doesn't break you out or that works really well for your skin, that's an acne moisturizer, you can mix this foundation with it and, you know, kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And this is a Real Techniques beauty blender. I dampened it with water and I'm just using that to blend in my foundation. I just added a little bit more for full coverage. Now I'm using a concealer palette by MAC, and I'm going to be using this lightest shade. I think it's in medium, this palette, and I'm just going to be using that to highlight my face and conceal at the same time. And I'm just using the beauty blender to blend that out. Now using the Kat Von D contouring kit, I'm going to take the 2 lightest powder shades and, you know, set my highlighted areas. And I'm using a Real Techniques under eye setting brush. These powders are awesome. I think I'm never going back to anything else besides the Kat Von D contour kit. So awesome. Now to contour my face, I'm going to use a bronzer by MAC in the shade Give Me Sun. And this is what it looks like. It's a little orangey, but that's the kind of look I was going for, is more of like a suntanned look. And I'm using an e.l.f. stippling brush. I actually think it's a tapered brush, I'm sorry. A small tapered brush. And I'm just making that forehead look a little bit smaller. Next, I'm going to be using a blush by MAC in the shade Fever, and it's this like deep berry color. Be careful with this because a little bit seriously goes such a long way, it's crazy. And I'm not focusing this on the apples of my cheeks. I don't want to look very cheeky. I want to look very slim, so I am just applying that right on top of my contour. And just to, you know, lighten it up a bit because you can see how harsh it is, I'm just taking my beauty blender and gently dabbing it right on top. We don't want any harsh lines. And I don't want to look like a clown, so we just have to lighten it up a little bit. Now I'm using a highlighter. Well, it's technically a blush, but I mean, it's definitely a highlighter by NARS in the shade Reckless, and this is a limited edition. I think they still have it available. So get your hands on it while you can. And I'm just applying that right on top of the blush. Not literally on top of it, but above it. Now with that gel eyeliner, now that my face is all highlighted and set, I can go back in my eyes. And I am just kind of smudging the eyeliner in. You can see it's not perfect. We are going to use an eyeshadow to kind of blend everything together, but I'm just kind of packing on the liner there and just deepening my eyes a bit. I am making the inner corner come to a point and having the outer corners meet as well. This is going to give it that cat eye effect. And make sure to get your waterline. And now I'm just taking Espresso by the in the Lorac palette with a flat shader kind of brush. You can use any type of brown or black eyeshadow that you want. And I'm just going to be blending that shadow right on top of that gel eyeliner and bringing it down just a little bit to make it look more smoky. And of course you have to use mascara. This will make your eyes look a lot more dramatic as well and bring them to life. And I'm going to be cleaning up that area just using that same setting brush and some of my powder from the Kat Von D contour kit. Now this is Evil Queen by LA Splash Cosmetics. I am completely obsessed. Such a good company. They're so affordable. I think that one was like $12. And it's a luster, so it has little tiny specks of like a gold metallic-y kind of thing, but it's not obvious or annoying at all. These are waterproof, so they last so long and they dry matte. And this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I loved doing a bold eye look for you guys. It's something a little bit different. And I will see you in my next video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.